Welcome, guys. Tonight I wanted to talk about the path you guys are going to go down through this program regarding your nutrition side of things. Okay, so me and Scotty tonight, after this call, we're meeting at the gym and we're going to put together a brand new training program. Okay, and that's laying the foundations with that. Okay, so that the whole thought pattern behind our programming and every single one I've rolled out has what foundation do we need to lay in order for the next step, the next progression, so that they're set up correctly with the right foundations in their body to get stronger, to get more athletic. And we're doing the same thing with the nutrition here. There's a methodology that I put you guys through, and it takes anywhere from I found out pretty much around 8 to 12, maybe 2 years for some of you guys to go through the whole process and achieve the body that you guys truly want. Some guys starting out 140 kilos, 150 kilos, it's going to be a longer road than someone starting out that's maybe 15 kilos overweight. Okay, and then it depends on the person's progression in themselves, like how much energy they put into it, how much effort they put in, how many times they kind of fall off the wagon and things like. And that's going to make it take a bit of extra time as well. But what's going on is initially when you first come in, so the foundations of the nutrition that you guys are going to go through, this is the pathway. So if you know this pathway, you have clarity and certainty on what's happening and what the next steps are, okay? And that's going to help you stay more accountable, and that's going to help us get a better result and a longer term result. And the reason we teach you this, and I've gone through this path, is over the last year, I've tested different angles and different ways of getting you guys to get the best results. And I believe that this is the best way to set you guys up, one, with the result that you want, set your metabolism up, which is what we want to do, and then at the end, provide you with the knowledge and understanding of how to create your own nutrition plans and have an understanding of the guidelines you should follow in order to, one, change body composition through weight gain or lose fat, maintaining muscle at the same time, getting stronger, all these sorts of things. At the end of the program, that's my goal for you to have. Like Wayne Robinson is at the point now where we don't really talk too much about what he's doing with his nutrition. Obviously, we check in here and there and have a generalized chat, but Wayne kind of monitors himself. He can help himself gain weight now or help himself lose weight. And if he has any questions, he kind of just says, "Hey, Matt, is this right?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, that's right." Or, "No, just that's good, but add this," sort of thing. All right, and that's where I want you guys to get to the point that level 5, I call it, I guess, nutrition-wise, is the point where you guys are able to manipulate your own body composition and have an understanding of what to do if you were on your own. Okay, look, I've put 2 kilos on, I want to lose some weight. How do I do that? You know what to do with nutrition in order to make that happen. If we can get you to that point, then you should be able to survive on your own. Because at the end of the day, like what I'm here to help you guys do is become the greatest expression of yourself, learn the tools and tricks and knowledge of how to control your body composition. By controlling your body composition, you're far more likely to have control over your mindset. Because they're congruent with each other. If you're out of shape and overweight, your mindset's not the best. If your mindset's not the best, generally you're overweight or you're out of shape, because they kind of work in tangent with each other. So when you first initially come in, you start off and you go through phase 1, which is the rapid fat loss phase. We go through this phase for anywhere to 6, sometimes 16 weeks. Okay, and then we'll progressively start going into a new phase where we start building you out of that calorie deficit phase. I will call it phase 2, sort of thing. And then from phase 2, you're going to go into a build phase, a maintenance phase, hang around there and in a build phase. And in this phase here is going to help reset your metabolism, re-spark everything, and also at the same time put on some lean muscle mass. Now this phase will go for anywhere from 2 to maybe 8 weeks, okay, because the building out of that phase is a 4-week process. So it's about a 12-week build phase as well. And then from that phase, depending on your body composition, which is judged on an individual basis, we put you into our second diet, calorie deficit phase. Okay, so calorie deficit phase. This phase is where we're going to continue to burn fat, maintaining muscle if not being able to build muscle. And this phase actually has a different structure to the first phase that you go through. And we do things like carb cycling and refeed days and all these sorts of other fancy tools and tricks in order to get to that lower body fat percentage, by boosting our leptin hormones, which is the number 1 hormone that your body uses to metabolize fat. Okay, so it's important that we keep that at a high level, and that happens in the second dieting or calorie deficit phase. Then from there, once we've achieved the result that we want to achieve, you've gone through all these different phases. The final phase, or one of the final phases, is we reverse diet back out of that phase and try and build your metabolism up past what you've eaten before. Okay, at this phase, the goal is to get you guys eating comfortably 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day, depending on your height, your age, activity level at work. All this sort of stuff is going to play a factor in how many calories you finish up on. Okay, but the goal is to get you to that point where your metabolism is fast, right? Super strong. You can eat 3,500 calories a day, and because you can eat 3,500 calories a day, guess what? You're going to have more lean muscle. You're going to be stronger. You're going to sleep better. You're going to feel amazing, right? But on top of that, if you were to go on a holiday or go on a work trip or for a week or away for 2 weeks, and you couldn't necessarily eat as well as you wanted to, or you had a bit of a fuck up and a slip up, guess what? Your body's set to be able to metabolize a fair amount of calories at this point. So therefore, you're probably not going to have too much of an ill effect or damage on your body composition, right? You mightn't feel as good because you've been eating poorly and you've been probably having a few beers and whatnot. But body composition wise, you're set up to be successful. You're set up to have, I guess, a little bit of a moat or a kind of a fire break between the red line and what's good. Okay. Whereas at the moment coming into this program, your metabolism isn't good. You might have the largest amount of lean muscle mass, and all these sorts of things play a key factor. But if you were to go on a Christmas holiday, you probably quite often notice you come back 3 to maybe even 10 kilos heavier than you did before you left, right? Because your body isn't able to handle the calories coming in. Your body doesn't have a fast metabolism. You're not exercising, you're not moving around. So these factors play a role in how you get out of shape. So we want to set you up at the end to be able to metabolize a large amount of calories so that you don't slip back off the wagon. And if you do slip off the wagon, your body can handle it and you can save yourself, catch yourself before it's too late, and rebuild back from there because you've already learned the tools through the previous phases of how to gain weight or lose weight. So you can adjust, okay? And then the final phase, which is where Wayne's at the moment, is the phase where you learn how to create your own nutritional plans, right? Along with the guidelines given to you by the Pro Bod and the things that you've learned about nutrition along the way, you create your own nutritional plans. I teach you how to, I set up your macros and calories, you know what you should be on, and you start to make your own nutritional plans. And then that's going to give you ultimate freedom within your nutrition. Yeah, it comes back to you still have to do work. It doesn't just happen for you, right? You have to calculate the food you're eating, you have to track the food you're eating. There's a little bit of a give, but you get a whole lot more freedom. But in this phase, you'll quite often find that you end up just eating the same things every day because it's saving you time, it makes it easier for you. It's easier to track when you're eating the same things every day. But the beauty of it is it gives you the ability to go out with your missus for dinner, to have one thing here that's not necessarily on the menu, and still make sure it hits the targets that you're trying to hit. Because at the end of the day, how it all works is the amount of calories coming in versus the amount of calories being expended. Right? If you are burning more calories than your body is consuming, then you are in a calorie deficit and it is impossible to put fat on and you'll continue to lose weight. If you're eating the same amount of calories that your body burns each day, you're going to maintain. You're going to hold. You're not going to lose weight. You're not going to gain weight. You might go up and down a little bit. You're going to hover around it. Say you're 97 kilos, you'll hover around 97 kilos. If you want to gain weight, you need to be in a calorie surplus generally. There's different structures and techniques and stuff surrounded around these three things, but the basics of it is calorie deficit, maintenance, calorie surplus. You want to gain weight, you've got to be in a calorie surplus. You've got to be eating more energy than your body burns each day. So it's got excess energy to build excess weight, muscle, fat, all these sorts of things. That's where it comes from. Okay, so these are the phases that we're going to take you through this entire program, depending on where you start out. They go for anywhere from 12 to 16 weeks, 6 to 16 weeks, and some phases. You might do the first phase, diet break. Second phase, diet break. Third phase, diet break. Depending on how much weight you have to lose. If you have to lose 60 kilos, it's going to be a longer road for you guys. But if you stick to it and we do the phases as they're meant to be done and you implement these things correctly each week and we kind of put out little fires as we go along and fail forward, you will get the result and you'll have the skills and knowledge and understanding of how to manipulate your body composition for the rest of your life. And you should never, ever fall back into the person you once were. You should never, ever put the weight back on. And if you do, you know how to lose it again, or you know how to maintain, you know how to put weight on, whatever you want to do, whatever your goal may be. And that's the idea of the Pro Bod Legends program. It's basically the only program you ever have to do. That's what I want to teach you. You guys come in here, you achieve your result, you learn so many things so that you become those positive leaders and role models for your family. And then you can lead your kids. You can show them how to be fit and healthy. They grow up fit and healthy. Their kids grow up fit and healthy. We change one generation, change the next, and then in 30, 40 years, obesity might be a thing of the past. Because at the moment, 71% of all men in Australia are overweight or obese. And I believe Phil Franklin tagged me in a post the other day in a Perth newspaper, and it's 77% of Perth men are overweight or obese. That's crazy. So we're going to help fix this issue, because that all just filters down through our family, and that's what you guys are here. You want to be those role models for your kids. All right, lads. So does anyone have any questions regarding the phases of nutrition that we're going to go through? No?
Yeah, Matt.
Who is that?
Hey, Tony.
Tony Dean, how are you, mate?
Good, Matt. Thanks for everything you're doing too. I don't know if you caught my live today, but yeah, really appreciated the effort you guys put in.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So how do we know when we go from, I missed the first bit of that, so when we go from, like, still in rapid fat loss or rapid weight loss mode to putting on weight, do we have, like, because we have a desired weight goal or something, or do we just talk to you, or?
So yeah, we have a desired weight goal, and also obviously review your check-ins, right? And I have a look at your body composition, and I kind of make a judgment call whether you're ready. And also on a time schedule. So we don't want you being in a calorie deficit for super, super long, because that will start to affect your metabolism. Okay, so we kind of do it in spurts. And that way you're far more successful and set up more correctly in the long run than kind of the short-term gain sort of thing, rather than the long-term pain. So it takes a little bit longer, but if you want to learn the techniques and how to do it correctly and set yourself up correctly and get the best result, you're better off taking the longer road, right, around to actually getting set up correctly and actually being able to be successful for long term after the program's over. That's our goal for you. There's all these other fitness programs out there, like the Instagram model people. They give you a nutrition plan, and this is the thing, is everyone thinks that they just need a nutrition plan and that's what's going to get them the result. But if that was the case, then wouldn't everyone be fit? Because there's more free information out there on the internet these days than ever. It's hundreds of millions of hours of it on YouTube, on Instagram, of how to diet, how to do things. You go on bodybuilding.com, you can get a meal plan. But if that was the reason why people were obese and why you guys are here, then you would have fixed it. The truth is, it's accountability. The truth is that they don't have a plan after the first plan. They get the meal plan, it shows them they stick to it for 6 weeks, they lose 8 kilos or something, but they can't stick to it forever because they haven't learned how to build their own nutritional plans. They get sick of the food they've got to eat in that meal plan. And because they're in such a calorie deficit, the metabolism's affected. And then because the metabolism's affected, they go back to eating how they used to, they throw all this weight back on and actually gain more weight at the end rather than what they did before. They might have been 80 kilos, they go back to 85. And the metabolism is more damaged. There's no such thing as metabolic damage, but metabolism slowed even more, right? And then what happens from there is they're in a state of, failure. They feel like they constantly fail. Back and forth, like, oh, fuck, I just fucked up again. Their wife's like, oh, you did another program and didn't do anything yet, or you put all the weight back on. I'm sick of you doing these programs, right? and that ends up what ends up happening. So what we want to do is show you the plan after the plan. Do the first phase, build your metabolism, do another diet phase if you need to, and then do the metabolic conditioning so that your body's set up correctly and you're able to take in the calories so that you can continue down the path. You're not going to rebound. If we don't do the metabolic conditioning thing, there will be a rebound effect, basically, because your metabolism is slowed, but your calories are here, your metabolism's down here. It can't handle those extra calories if you just jump straight back to it. So we've got to progressively build you back out of it. And that's the process. So, but it does take time. Like, you guys are coming in from never exercising before or being majority of you are 15 to 20 kilos overweight, and fat loss anywhere between 400 and 700 grams, maybe a kilo a week, is considered pretty fast. So, even if you lose a kilo a week, that's 20 weeks just for the fat loss portion. Okay. And then there's a 6 odd weeks of the diet phase, or a diet break, or a build phase. And then there's, if you need to do a little bit more fat, there's another little bit, maybe 4 to 6 weeks of diet. Then there's a reverse diet, 12 to 16 weeks. So you can see how it can take an entire year to get that process down pat.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, once you've been taken through that process, right, you've learnt it. You know how to do it. You just repeat the process again. And then, you're set up for success for the rest of your life. But as I said, most, these 12-week challenges and all that stuff, Michelle Bridges, they don't teach you that. They just give you a pretty decent calorie deficit meal plan and say, off you go. But what do you do after that? So the fitness industry is kind of half broken. They're teaching you, they're like, hey, come on, guys, come on, I'll help you lose weight. But they don't teach you the whole story. They don't teach you the whole process. They don't teach you the whole program. They're giving you the first 20% if you're getting the tip of the iceberg rather than everything that's underneath that you need to actually be long-term, have long-term success with it.
Because they want you to come back, mate.
That's it. They want you to come back, right? They want you to come back. They're thinking short-term. They're not thinking long-term. But if I've, Pro Bod, we've got a bunch of guys out there that have, changed their life preaching it. What do you think is going to happen? So we can change the fitness industry. Does anyone have any questions?
Hey, Georgie here. How you going, bud?
Hi, Georgie. How are you, bud?
Good, matey. How we going, legends? How we all doing? Yeah, mate. Just quick question, bud. Yeah, I'm sort of at a different place at the moment because I've sort of gone. My weight keeps on dropping to a point. I'm down to 73.8, and
Yep.
And I'm a bit. I think I'm way too low for my liking. My wife even says, "Oh, you're looking very skinny." I am looking pretty lean in that, but I'm hitting my targets in regards to my macros. But it doesn't seem to be getting my weight back up there.
No worries. Yeah. Well, I'll be doing check-ins tomorrow and Friday again, mate. So each week or every 2 weeks we review it and make changes. So I'll be I'll make a change for you tomorrow or Friday.
Well, I bought the subs today, buddy. So send me shit down to me as quick as possible. I need it.
Yeah.
1023 is my order number.
When did you buy it? When did you get it?
I think it was last time or something. 1023 is my order number. So.
Okay. I have to have a look. Rod does all the orders, so I have to check. But I'd say he normally ships it. It's about 3 days, 3 to 4 business days.
Well, that's the thing. Look, my wife, as you know, she's a vegan. So she bought me these powders beforehand. So out of respect, I ended up finishing them off before I jumped onto the order. So I actually finished it a couple of days ago. I've been meaning to jump on to get some more because I've run out. But I'm sort of, I don't know if I'm a plateau, but I'm saying my weight sort of dropped to a point. I think to me it's a bit too low. I want to raise it a bit. Obviously, you can make decisions in regards to what needs to be done because we did bump my calories and that up. Yeah,
we made a change, and I wanted to see how you move for the next 1 to 2 weeks, which is about 2 weeks tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah. It's like you said, it sort of goes up and down. I'm sitting in the 70s. The lowest I hit was 73.9, I think it was, and then I'll go up to about 75.
What I'll say a bit of the weight would have been, mates, is a bit of water as well. Because before that, you're kind of eating sporadically, right? So that would have been a part of it. But also, as I said, like when I review it tomorrow or Friday, I'll make the change that we need to for the next step.
Yeah, another thing too, I'm sort of not so much struggling with is a couple of times my body's not really up to training, so I sort of have the extra day off.
I want you guys having like 3 to 4 days a week, 4 max. I train at the moment, like for the last 8 weeks, I've been doing like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes a Sunday, maybe every second Sunday sort of thing. So it's generally 3 to maximum 4. And if I train on the Sunday, I train the next Tuesday, so I make sure I have another day off. And yeah, it's the best way to do it. Like for you guys, like not only just for results, but for time. Do you know what I mean? We're trying to make as much time as we possibly can. So you don't need to be in the gym 5, 6 days a week. That's too much. Anyone that does that is overdoing it. I used to do that when I was younger, and I learned the hard way. 3 to 4 days a week, and everyone I know that trains 3 to 4 days a week, like this Pro Bod system is built, they all have the better physiques because their central nervous system is recovering. All these sorts of things play a role. So try not to do extra day, guys, that aren't told to do in the training programs, because it's set out in a way to optimize your results, not only in muscle gains or anything like that, but recovery, which is extremely important, and probably it's more important than the training itself. So.
Well, the only thing is, like, times I feel like I'm chasing my tail in regards to the program itself, because I might have an extra day or 2 off. So I was supposed to train on the Monday, and I end up going back on board on Wednesday, so I still haven't done the Monday's training. What do we do in that regard? So we sort of jump.
Just continue on. Just go to the day that comes up. Like that'll happen in my life often. I might get to the gym 3 days, something like that. And I'll just go and okay, what haven't I trained yet? And I'll just do that one. So if you were meant to do upper body, you just go do an upper body, or do the day that's just come up.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, sort of just double check. Like I said, I like to keep in sync with my regime, but obviously it never happened.
Yeah. I think what can happen is, you guys overthink it a little bit. And that's not much you guys, but just people in general. They overthink things. They think, oh, God, I missed that day. I better do that day. I can't miss that one day for the week. That's fine. We're not professional bodybuilders 2 weeks out from a comp. We want to be fit, healthy role models. So, to be honest, in this new program, there's going to be deload weeks and off weeks where you don't train at all, right? Structurally, built throughout the program. So when that week comes up, you're like, hey, mate, you're not training this week, or you're reducing your weight by 60%, and you're doing a deload week. And that's going to help with recovery of central nervous system and any niggles or anything you might have, so that you can go out again and you actually have more strength and power and endurance through the next phase.
No, perfect, bro. Thanks for the champ.
No worries, brother. Has anyone else got any more questions?
Yeah, Matt. Burger.
Good. How are you, bud?
Good. So how about doing a workout after a big meal? So I've just knocked off. I'll be having my dinner at camp, straight after this. And then, the only time to work out will be straight after dinner, I guess. So.
Yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with it, but you might just feel a bit lethargic because if your stomach is loaded, you know what I mean? That's the only thing I would say. I'd like to at least have half an hour or 40 minutes, but optimally, if you eat, carbohydrates can take up to 24 to 48 hours to get into the muscle, the glycogen, converted the glycogen into the muscle, depending on where you get them from. So, if you eat the carbs the night before is, your body's going to use as fuel the next day sort of thing. So if you eat like a bowl of rice and then go to the gym, you're not really using those carbohydrates that you've just eaten for energy, using the carbohydrates that are already stored as glycogen in your muscles. And what tends to happen, and like if you've got a full stomach, picture it, like all the blood, when you have food in your tummy, your body pushes all the blood to your stomach to digest it. But then you're training, so your body's pulling all the blood away from your stomach into your muscles. So you can kind of get cramps and stuff like that because there's no digestion going on. So it's up to you, man. Just try it out. You'll probably be fine. But I don't know, if you've got a super full stomach and you're squatting or something like that, might be a bit uncomfortable, but I'm sure that's going to be fine.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks.
No worries, Begs.
Hi, Matt.
Dowie, I know that voice.
Yes. Yeah, okay, you don't see the face, so yeah.
Yeah.
I missed out on last week because, I completely forgot that you guys were watching rugby or doing whatever the hell you were doing.
Yeah.
Thanks for everyone that donated. And, this week has been very fresh. So
mate, I saw it, and I was like, I've got to push that over 1,000. So.
Yep.
What did it finish at?
1,100.
Oh, nice. Well done.
$1,100 all for breast cancer. Hence why I've still got the symbol on the head. My own boss.
Let's spotlight that. Go again, Dowie. Let's have a closer look. Decent effort. A little bit skewish.
Oh, it's only because it's starting to grow back, but yeah.
Nah, it's good, man.
Went past me boss, and he goes, "Can I help you, mate?" I went, "Yeah, I hope so. I'm looking for my truck." And he goes, "Oh shit, Dowie." I went, "Yeah." He goes, "I knew you were doing it, but Christ, you look different."
You think you're robbing the truck?
Yeah, my son, he loves this part.
Yeah.
Not this part. Nah, Dad, you got to get this back. Just get the goatee back. Hair, fine, good. Goatee, no.
Fair enough.
But, thanks everyone that donated and all that. Appreciate it, boys. So, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
No worries, brother. No worries. Boys, do you have any more questions?
Yeah. Actually, Matt,
Yep. Go for it, bro.
Which one? Who's talking? I'm talking now.
You are.
Sorry about butting in from whoever I just spoke over. The 18 wrong, 16-8 fasting.
Yeah.
Is that the ideal one, or would you even push it to 18-6? which I'm a bit scared of. But
I feel like 16.8 is the best one I've done. Like, to be honest, like it will change here and there. You know, like you adjust it to your day. Like if you have to break fast earlier, that's sweet. You know, if you have to break fast post training straight away, and that's, you know, you only do a 9 or 10 hour fast one day or here and there, that's not going to have an issue. But the 16.8 is, I found the best for, you know, one, usability. It's not too tough on you. It's not that hard. You don't ever feel like I just want to eat that bad. Some days you have those days, and it's just easy. It's easy to implement, and it's going to get, you know, good results, and that's what I found. When you start to push past 16 hours, you start to feel hungry, and if you start to push too far, you start to, you know, jeopardize possibly losing a little bit of muscle mass. So that's 16 to 18-hour window, even 20 hours, like pushing past, it is the window where you start to see a top of this cleaning out of the cells and the release of growth hormone and all that sort of stuff. So as long as you hit that around that 14, 16, 18 mark, you're pretty good. But you won't see any extra benefit, I believe, from 18 hours to 16.
okay, cool. And because I, with my lifestyle, I suppose, or whatever, I go to the gym after school drop off. So I'm going to the gym at probably 8 o'clock till 9:30 or something like that, on the days that I do, and then have brekkie at 11 or 12, give or take. So it's kind of working pretty well.
So in the phase,
is that similar to what you do?
Yeah. So the phase you are in at the moment, which is the rapid fat loss phase, I would recommend that's what you do. So through this first phase, you train in the AM, so you're training fast, and then post training, say you train at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, anything like that, you're going to break fast around the 10, 11, 12 mark, right? Depending on when you started fasting, right? In this phase, because our main focus is fat loss, I believe training fasted, and then post-training have some branched chain amino acids up until you break fast. Okay, no sugars, no proteins or anything like that. No fats or anything. Just pure branched chain amino acids. That'll help spark the protein synthesis process, which is when your body starts to rebuild your muscle. And it's going to help with any chance of muscle catabolism, which is basically your body consuming your own muscle mass as energy, okay? And then you will break fast with meal 1 and you continue throughout the day. When you move into the other phases that you're going to go through, like Craig can vouch for at the moment, he's in the second phase of the dieting. He's done the diet, and he's done a fair, 10 or 12 week bulk phase, maybe a little bit longer because he had a few injuries, a bit sick and stuff. And now we're in the second dieting phase. Now in this dieting phase, because it's focused a bit more on fat loss, but also maintaining as much muscle mass as we can or building muscle, he'll be breaking fast straight away post-workout, okay, on his training days. And on the non-training days is when he does the full 16-hour fast. He was training fasted, but now he's training with an intra-workout drink, which is going to help with energy in the workout, more strength, more power, but also the blunting of cortisol, okay, within his workout. So that's where Craig's at. But it's dependent on the phase we're at, the goal that we're trying to achieve at the time. So stick to the phase that you're in, which is that one for you, Simon, and then you'll move into the next phases when ready.
Okay, thanks very much for that.
That makes sense for everyone? Cool. All right, boys.
Yeah, Matty.
Yeah.
Tony again.
Go for it, bud.
I didn't get to catch a lot of lives today. I was flat out at work, so you may have done it, but I was just wondering when you guys are going to do your arm tap challenge, buddy.
At about 8:15 tonight.
Oh, very good. You've had plenty of time to practice, so you should be good at it by now.
I haven't been practicing at all. Trust me. I sit in front of the computer most of the day. But that's all right. No, we'll have a go. We'll have a go. I can't promise I'm going to be expert at it, but it's tough, isn't it?
It's bloody a lot harder than it looks, man.
Yeah, all those things are. That's why Scotty's such an asset to the Pro Bod, like with his thinking around training, because I'll be honest, no one else is doing that shit. I can guarantee you won't see many people all with the knowledge and understanding of why, you want to do a certain thing in a certain way like Scotty does. And most training programs that are put together aren't thinking about what we're implementing for you guys. So you kind of spearhead with a kind of a style of training, I guess. It's pretty cool. It's fun to put together because, I know what most people are putting out there. It's just bench, squat, deadlift. That's all they kind of worry about.
Yeah, It seems to me he's putting a good program together where it's almost like a rehab program, so that someone who's had injuries can get fit without re-injuring themselves. So he's put all these different types of styles of exercises together to stop us so we can maximise our growth and minimise our injuries.
That's it. That's the current program you're on. I built myself, and Scotty helped with the DNS warm-up part. But what we're doing now is combining it all together and giving each individual workout its own specific kind of sapien warm-up sequence, right? And what we're thinking of is obviously the layers, the foundations. Okay, why we want to make sure this person's got good posture, good shoulder put position, all these sorts of things. So we're giving you all these exercises, good core stability, hip stability, knee stability. So we're giving you all these exercises within the workout and layering them in a way so that happens. Plus we get the strength and the agility and the muscle gains. Whereas without you guys even realizing that's what's happening. Behind the scenes, we're like, yep, put that there because of this, and this because of this because of this. So it kind of layers one brick by brick on top of each other. So yeah, it's cool that you've noticed that.
And one other thing I've noticed, Matty, and you may have known Matt about it, but I get a little bit confused sometimes because I'm still new, as you know. And so when I'm doing workouts, especially stuff I haven't done a lot of, I'm always referring back to the overall video of the whole workout.
Yeah, it doesn't have any sound sometimes.
No, it has. Yeah, no, it has the sound. But what confuses me sometimes, that doesn't correspond to the individual the individual videos that don't have sound.
Mm-hmm.
They don't always correspond with each other. Sometimes you're doing one with the pin weights, and then in the individual video, I'll put on that, but you're doing dumbbells or something different.
Okay, that must just be a typo sort of thing. That's all good.
Yeah, so,
you'll be fine.
But I figured you could do either.
That'll be fixed once well, that whole program that you're doing now, guys, that's going to be gone eventually. You're going to be doing something completely different. That's what we're filming tonight, the first phase or first part of it. I don't know how long it's going to take us to put it all together, but the first filming session's happening tonight at 8 p.m. And then we're doing another one on Sunday. We're going to try and do Wednesday, Sundays for the next however weeks until we get it all, a year's worth built out, different phases. So you're going to go through, same way as you're going for phases of nutrition, it's phases of training. So there's the first basic beginner phase to lay the foundations of everything that we want. We want you to hip hinge correctly. We want you to be able to move your shoulders correctly, all this sort of stuff, right? And then you're going to go on to the next phase, which is a layer above that, layer above that, layer above that, to the point where, you're month 8 to 12, you progressed massively in your ability to move and move weights and all that sort of stuff. And also your nutrition's progressed a long way with it. And also your mindset, doing the modules and lessons and meditation and journaling. So it's like overall, we're thinking about everything. If you implement all these things into your life, the training, the nutrition, the mindset stuff, then you'll be set up to be super successful. You should never regress. It's pretty much how me and Scott and Steve do things in our own life. We're kind of like, this is what we do, so it works for us. I reckon we do this. Anyway, boys, good chat. Enjoyed these shorter ones because I feel like we really get the point across. We get the value out there, and then we're going to do another one on Saturday.
I've got a quick one, Matt, before we go.
Yeah, go for it.
With the workouts, you're talking about the guys doing it during fasting stage in the morning. I'm up at 4:30 for work as it is and trying to make time for meditation and journaling. Is there a problem to be doing the workouts at, say, 8 p.m.?
No, man, that's fine. You train whenever you want in the day. If you want to train at night, go for it.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't have to be during fasting and break fast after. It's not.
No. I found it definitely can help with fat loss if you're training fasted, but it's not a be all and end all. It's like an extra little dusting on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've all seen that thing on the internet. Anyway. Salt bag. Yeah. Yeah, so does that answer your question, Roger?
Yes, it does, mate. It does.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. All right, boys. Well,
thank you.
Look forward to seeing maybe some of you on Saturday. Hopefully some of you guys on Saturday. That'd be good.
What time Saturday, Matty?
I'll confirm, but it's probably 7 or 8.
Should be right for that.
All right. Cheers, lads.
Hey, thanks for your effort, by the way.
No worries, man. All good. Anytime, boys. Keep putting in the yards. I want to see you guys win. You win, I'll be happy. That's all I want.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
See you, boys.
See ya.